Alden is an runner.
He is an runner.
He's definitely one we should tip it. Can't be wrong.
Mullins is a pair of runners in here. And she's
Yeah.
got Charlie Mullins on board, Casey Dutton and Derek O'Connor on Miss Augusta down the bottom. 21 grand Miss Augusta cost, and in the former colours of Augusta Kate.
Whoa.
There is a little bit of an incident down the start. I think that could be Caldwell Potter, who just disappeared out of shot. Dislodged Jamie Codd. He managed to keep a hold of the reins. And that's what these kind of races are about, Ruby. They're so inexperienced. It's their first day out in public. Big crowd. It's a lot for these youngsters.
Yeah, of course it is. And that's part of the challenge too, for horses, dealing with the crowd, the atmosphere, to build up. Derek Cullen, the assistant starter, has leg Jamie Codd back up. He has to catch up on the others now. Oliver McKiernan's runner just reared up there. Well sat. Good hands by Johnny Barry on his back. Jamie Codd's getting there, Richard Pugh.
That's it. They are off and racing. Off Land Rover bumper and quick reactions by Jamie Codd. When he did hit the ground, he did very, very well to keep a hold on the favourite. So he's now in the race, 3/4 ways back on the outside the grey. But up front through the early part, it's Artiste Dene who's going to go on. The choice of Ben Crawford with the choice of 2. Miss Augusta over on the far side. Derek O'Connor disputed the early lead, and they're being followed by Irish Envoy, the only previous winner in the field. And just behind this one over on the near side is Casey Dutton. On the inside as Tears Go By in the pink jacket, jumping Susie is next with Isolane Make the Plan. Ideal de Cierge is next, and they're being followed just towards the near side by Caldwell Potter. Towards the back of the field, Absolute Notions, the light blue jacket of Katie Tay. El Classico is last but one, and the back marker is Rocco Bay, command of Patrick Mullins. So they take the bend that will bring them away from the straight and on along the side of the track. And Miss Augusta and Derek O'Connor have taken over the lead. This daughter of Well Chosen from in second. Artiste Dene, they'll break to the third running. Irish Envoy, as Tears Go By, is prominent in behind the leaders, with on the outside Isolane Make the Plan. Caldwell Potter just behind them with Absolute Notions on the inside. Jumping Susie is also prominent just behind the leaders, as Ideal Cierge is back in mid-division as they take the descent now, bringing them on down towards the turn that'll bring them to the back straight. And Miss Augusta just racing a little keenly now, and has stretched on, but Artiste Dene not going to let this leader go too far. Irish Envoy is leading the main body of the field in the red jacket, and then as Tears Go By on the inside, Casey Dutton Make the Plan, keep company. Isolane is next with Jumping Susie, and in between horses Ideal de Cierge. They're being followed just in behind towards the inside by Absolute Notions with Caldwell Potter. Further back behind this group is El Classico and Katie Tay, and Rocco Bay is certainly not comfortable at the back and has never really travelled for Patrick Mullins. So they make their way into the turn. That'll bring them along the back straight, and out front it is Miss Augusta who leads from Artiste Dene in second. Irish Envoy is third. Make the Plan. Isolane as Tears Go By are right up there too, with Casey Dutton, and just a link further back to Caldwell Potter with Ideal de Cierge. They're being followed towards the inside by Jumping Susie, who's next as they continue along. Absolute Notions. Lucky Johnson is just ahead of Absolute Notions, as Katie Tay is in the light blue jacket towards the back. Rocco Bay remains the back marker as they continue right across the far side of the track, and it's Miss Augusta who continues to lead by a couple of lengths to Artiste Dene in second, a couple of lengths further back to the third running red jacket of Irish Envoy, and they're being followed by Make the Plan with As Tears Go By down the inside. Little wider out Isolane or Casey Dutton, further back to behind this group to Nucky Johnson. Rocco Bay is still being pushed along, and Casey Dutton is just coming under pressure and losing room. So Jane, just as they leave the back straight, Caldwell Potter's just about to get a push along from Jamie Codd to find a position.
A lot of jockeys are going to get a push along now, but there has been no excuses here. Good pace in this race from Miss Augusta. Ben Crawford always on it on Artiste Dene. There's going to be no excuses. John Barry in a lovely position on Make a Plan. The only one that definitely has no chance is Patrick Mullins and Rocco Bay dropping out of the back.
Less than half a mile to go, and it's Miss Augusta who leads from Artiste Dene in second. Isolane, the other Suede Maneer and Crawford runner, is up on the outside. They're holding the 2-3. Down the inside is Jumping Susie with Make the Plan. Caldwell Potter's not comfortable. Nucky Johnson's going to keep him tight. Behind these, travelling strongly but without room, is Absolute Notions. Jumping Susie needs room on the inside. Caldwell Potter's boxing for room with Make the Plan, but Nucky Johnson now is picking up on the outside, but it's still Miss Augusta from Isolane. Artiste Dene drops back. Jumping Susie's got a room on the inside. Nucky Johnson the outside. Make the Plan's behind Absolute Notions, and it's Miss Augusta on the inside. Over on the near side, Nucky Johnson in between horses. Jumping Susie, Isolane and Absolute Notions is just behind them, but Miss Augusta still holds the advantage. Coming over the near side is Absolute Notions of the best, is going to try and get on terms with the long time leader, and it's Absolute Notions now who's gone to the front from Miss Augusta, and then Jumping Susie, and as they race inside the closing stages, Absolute Notions for Declan Lovery, but far more significantly 2,000 winners in the Buffs Land Rover bumper for Gordon Elliott. It's absolute notions for a
He's the other one, he's last.
Miss Augusta's second, then Nucky Johnson. Jumping Susie, Rocco Bay stayed on for 5. Then Isone IDL Cierge. Next up behind these, Katie
Why he's the other one?
Potter make the plan.
Cierge
Then
go by.
Artista Dene. El Clasico was next in front of Katie. And then behind these came Irish Envoy, and the final one to go by as Tears Go
What
By.
one I like?
That's the top one. Absolute Notions, bred by Brian and Brona Lawler from the family of Matt George, was sold by Evergreen Stud to Mouse Orion for 60,000 winner, 2,004 on the first day of Punchestown. Big day for Gordon Elliott.
Massive day for Gordon Elliott. Richard Pugh as all his team walk in behind him there. Mouse Orion, Kevin Orion, Davy Russell. A lot of people that have been a huge part of Gordon Elliott's team. 2,000 winners. He wasn't here last year, but by God, Jane Mangan, he's making his presence felt this time.
Yes, and these young horses coming forward will make sure that he has lots of success into the future. 25-1, Declan Lavery, he gets the best out of this horse. I thought Miss Augusta had a free lead, and Derek O'Connor did everything right, only to find just 1 too good. It was a super run from her, but down the outside, Barry, he picked up really well.
He did pick up really well, and he quickens away here and stays on strongly for Declan Lavery. And we have Katie here with Declan now.
Declan Lavery, your first time to win the Land Rover, congratulations. And it's just to let you know, this is Gordon Elliott's 2,000 winner, and you're the man who got it across the line.
Brilliant. I actually rode his 200 winner 1 year, so it was great. No, it was brilliant. He done it very well. Just great for Gordon to give me the ride on him, and the owner Miho. It's brilliant. He's a very good horse now.
Talk us through the race. They seem to go a nice gallop everywhere. It's not like this can be a messy race. Declan,
Yeah.
I've ridden in this race with you a couple of times,
Yeah.
but when they go a gallop, it makes everything so
It worked
much
out
easier.
lovely. It was 3/4 of the way back. Went a real good gallop. There's plenty of room. And as you said, it's normally tight and to go slow, but it worked out well now for me.
Decky, you're not finished yet. You got one the bump for Stuart Crawford.
Yeah, I have a 4-year-old filly for Stuart. I was talking to Ben earlier. He said she goes quite well. She's carrying 11 stone, so she's getting plenty of weight off them. But no, she should run well as well, hopefully.
Decky, you're I'd say you're as old as me. You're knocking around a long time,
Yeah,
but your
30,
first time to win the Land
The
Rover.
Land Rover,
It's a huge race for amateurs, isn't it?
Class.
It's a great
brilliant.
race to win.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I can't complain now. He's got a good ride and ready for it, so can't
How
complain.
did you end up getting the ride for Gordon?
The owner in Miho actually phoned me the other day and asked me would I ride for him, and he said Gordon was happy enough, so it was great to get it.
Oh, sure, it's great. And this is a great festival for amateurs.
It is brilliant now, so it is. So I'm very grateful for the ride on it.
Well done, Decky.
Cheers.
Enjoy it, and very well bought by Mouse Orion for 60 bars.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Kitty.
Well done, Deck.
Thank you.
There is your winner, Absolute Notions, going to the line for Decky Lavery. Declan did turn professional for a while, Jane. Didn't have much success and went back to being an amateur and back to the point fields.
Yeah, really polished rider. He's quite tall, but he manages his weight well. I thought he was going to fly when he turned conditional, if I'm honest. He was attached to Willie at the time, and maybe the thing just didn't go his way, but he really is talented if he gets the horses under him. And you know, I think in bumpers, particularly in Ireland, you need to be riding for one of the top stables because they're predominantly won by Mead, Elliott or Mullins. So if you're outside of those 3 big yards, it's very hard to be competitive, but he's got good support point and particularly up north, and got a good kick out of that too.
He most certainly